Wouldn't you love to see one of these NFL owners, when somebody disrespects our flag, to say, get that son of a bitch off the field right now, out, he's fired.
Donald Trump, throughout his presidency, has picked a target with athletes and coaches who use their platforms for the greater good.
I know very well that speaking out about politics these days comes with risks. I can see the shut up and whistle tweets being fired off as we speak. But I also knew as soon as I was asked that it was too important as an American citizen not to speak up in an election of this magnitude.
One of the men who knows this as well as anyone is head coach of Team USA Basketball and the NBA's Golden State Warriors, Steve Kerr.
I would give myself an A+. Is that enough? I give myself an A+. I don't think any president has ever done what I've done.
I would give myself an A+. Nobody has done what I've been able to do.
Well, a lot of people have given me an A. Somebody gave me an A+.
In Texas and in Florida, we get an A+. And I'll tell you what, I think we've done just as good in Puerto Rico.
Did I do a good job? I can't do better than that. That's called an A+ rating, right? In terms of achievement, I think I'd give myself an A. Because I think I've done great things, but I don't think I and my people, I don't think we've explained it well enough to the American public.
A man who must always praise himself at all costs, no matter the stakes, even when everyone knows he is biased to the nth degree.
The reason I said yes to speaking here tonight is that as a coach and former player, as a husband, a son, a father, even a grandfather, and as an American, I believe in a certain kind of leadership. I believe that leaders must display dignity. I believe that leaders must tell the truth. I believe that leaders should be able to laugh at themselves. I believe leaders must care for and love the people they are leading. I believe leaders must possess knowledge and expertise, but with the full awareness that none of us has all the answers. And in fact, some of the best answers often come from members of the team. And if you look for those qualities in your friends or your boss or an employee or your child's teacher or your mayor, then shouldn't you want those same qualities in your president?
These are all great questions. In addition, it shows how MAGA can be so utterly biased and bend their own rules to justify their passion for someone like Donald Trump.
She might have picked a worse one. If you look at the numbers in Minnesota.
There was a litany of attacks from the right, especially as it pertains to Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. One of the worst, most ill-found vendettas the former president launched was with his Truth Social post during the DNC, where he wrote, and I quote, "Walz was an, all caps, assistant coach, not a coach." So not only are we going after a man who helped a team turn it around, who at one point was 0-27, but now we're somehow saying assistant coaches don't qualify as coaches and don't serve in leadership roles? I mean, what are we doing here?
When you think about it that way, this is no contest. With Kamala Harris and Tim Walz, I see all those qualities. They have devoted their lives to serving other people. Whether Vice President Harris was defending her community in the courtroom, or Governor Walz was inspiring the next generation in the classroom, or on the field, for that matter. By the way, coach to coach, that guy's awesome.
This has to make Donald Trump absolutely fume. In addition,
Donald Trump is on Truth Social last night saying, I believe what I think it's the most embarrassing thing, among many embarrassing things that I've heard him say. He said, Walz is an assistant coach, not a coach.
Yes.
And what that reveals is that Donald Trump does not know ball.
At all.
And
Donald Trump does not know football. It's embarrassing.
it's a great read by Pablo Torre because that is the only logical conclusion here. Donald Trump is so out of his depth with sports, He doesn't know what leadership it takes to command a defense in football.
You will not replace us.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
The president has denied these allegations.
Fake news.
President Trump is under fire.
Quote, why are we having all these people from whole countries come here?
It's a total witch hunt. You have these phony witch hunts.
I am here because I believe it is my civic duty.
This confirmation process has become a national disgrace.
The longest government shutdown in U.S. history continues.
He is a racist, he is a con man, and he is a cheat.
Representative Ilhan Omar, who's going to hit not only Florida, but Georgia.
President Trump defending his July phone call with the leader of Ukraine.
The call was perfect. There was no quid pro quo.
The outbreak of a mystery virus in China.
We have it totally under control.
The rise and spread of the QAnon conspiracy.
I understand they like me very much.
Let's just be objective. Do you want this again? There is so much we didn't even get to, but from what you just took in, y'all want a repeat? Let's ask Steve Kerr.
But listen, the joy, the compassion, the commitment to our country that we saw at the Olympics, that is what Kamala Harris and Tim Walz have. And it is what our country needs. Leadership, real leadership. Not the kind that seeks to divide us, but the kind that recognizes and celebrates our common purpose. Think about what our team achieved with 12 Americans in Paris, putting aside rivalries to represent our country. Now imagine what we could do with all 330 million of us playing on the same team. Not as Democrats, not as Republicans, not as libertarians, but as Americans who know the greatness of this nation doesn't come from any one of us, but from each of us doing our part to build a more perfect union. That vision is what this campaign is all about. It's why I'm here tonight. And it's why I'll be getting out every day to help people get out and vote on November 5th and elect Kamala Harris and Tim Walz as the next president and vice president of the United States. And after the results are tallied that night, we can, in the words of the great Steph Curry, we can tell Donald Trump, night, night.
Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.